Jenson, congratulations. Best performance of the tournament so far from yourself. How great did that one feel up there?
It felt really good. You know what? I knew things needed to change when I played Raymond. I think Raymond's a different colour, but did he make last 16 at Valley Pally a couple of years ago? I remember watching that live. He's a superb player, so I knew things needed to change. I knew things needed to be better, more clean. You weren't going to get 6 starts to finish at a double. There was going to be no scrappiness. He's a very clean player, in terms of doing things nice and clean. He probably does it better than anyone else in the tournament, and so I knew it needed to be good. And luckily I was good. If I weren't, I was 3-0 and I was out of the tournament. But things worked out, things timed well, and pretty much whenever I needed a big shot, the big shots came. So I'll be honest, I'm absolutely over the moon with that performance there.
Yeah, he seemed to be a little bit frustrated up there. Do you think you fed off that frustration a bit? Did things at the perfect times just to distract him and whatnot and allow you to kind of pull ahead in the end?
I'm not sure really. I didn't read any frustration off him in the game. To be fair, it was kind of. But I suppose when you're playing like that on the stage, you don't hear everything. You hear certain things. But you don't kind of feel. I didn't feel this frustration on stage because in my own mind I was thinking, if I can just be that one bit better than him at all times, I'll be able to get myself on top. But I didn't feel any frustration off him. But I felt comfortable again. I felt comfortable all 3 games. To be fair, prep's been going really well for all 3 games. First 2 games didn't go. Today it went, and today I'm really pleased with that. I've kind of showed to the Lakeside crowd and showed to the people in the WDF audience, on that world stage, I can do it. I can do it, without a doubt.
You've felt a bit more, you say you felt comfortable the whole time you've been up on that stage, but in the last few games maybe we've seen a little bit more frustration from yourself. You were getting a bit annoyed at times when things weren't going your way. Today you seem really focused. Did you feel that way and like you're really getting to grips with playing on that stage properly?
I suppose, yeah, because, against David, it was a difficult game. It was tough. It was about trying to mentally keep myself in the game really against David more than anything, because I knew David brings challenges. David brings challenges playing him. He's a tough player to play. He's a great player, but he's a tough player to play. And so I suppose to a degree when things didn't go right, you start thinking it, and that thought process starts coming in, because you go out of that kind of plan A of cruising through, and if my game happens, it happens, and I'll win. You go into plan B, C, and D. When plan B, C, and D come into action, you start to worry a little bit. Tonight, luckily, plan A happened, and everything happened, and I'm coming out a winner. So that's really probably the change in how I feel more than anything.
Like we say, your best average of the tournament so far. You've taken out one of the pre-tournament favourites in Raymond Smith. Is your game exactly where you want it to be to produce the best out of yourself this week?
Well, that's given me that confidence boost. The last 2 games I've been kind of going on stage thinking, right, I felt like I was going to truck a performance like I did today, to be honest, in both games. In my head, I was going to do them, and I was going to come through, and things were all going to work out. Today I felt exactly the same, and it happened. But when it happens and when you think it's going to happen, they're 2 different things. And when it happens, that gives you that confidence boost. And I'm hoping I can kick on tomorrow now and put that performance into action again and bring home another win. Fingers crossed. But I'm not underestimating Ben Robb again. Same as Raymond Smith. He's going to be a very tough game, and I'm going to have to work really, really hard to get myself over the line there.
Best of luck for that one and for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much. Cheers.